to the 45th Annual Oklahoma Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony. Let's give a big hand to Lou Husbutka and the Little Tavern Band who are providing the music for the dancing and listening entertainment. I would like to ask you that if you wish to talk to someone during the ceremony, that you step out to the outside foyer and discuss whatever you have to do out there. It's a courtesy to the people who are around you. Again this year, we have Darlene and Roseanne providing the food in the kitchen. So make a purchase and kolaches, they got plenty of them, they said. And make sure you stop by and see them. Let's give them a big round of applause for doing this after they semi-retired. And they got their two captains of the ship along with them today. We would like to also thank Mark Villadal from the All-Star Polka Show. KJSK 900 on your AM dial, heard every Sunday from 9 to 1 for the advertising for this event. The Oklahoma Polka Hall of Fame will be, next year will be on September 13th for the, and the band will be Bobby Z and Polka Joe. Yeah. The Oklahoma Polka Hall of Fame was started on October 22nd, 1972, and has been held every year except 1975, 77, and 78. With this year's inductions, there will be 149 inductees, of which 106 are deceased and 43 are still with us. In the past year, we have had two inductees pass away, Anton McCorning and Gary Mushnick. We would like the past inductees who are in attendance today to please come to the front of the stage and be recognized. All the past inductees. While they're coming forward to be recognized, these dedicated group of musicians are great for the process. As Sonny sent out 39 ballots and 35 ballots were returned voting. That's totally awesome. Let's give all the past inductees a big round of applause for voting for this year's inductee. As I call your name, please step out, wave your hand in the audience. Ron Natterly, 1981. Dean Hansen, 1989. Jim Botnicek, that's me. 1994. 1995, Paul Menoshek. 2001, Elmer Nimitz. 2002, Glenn Kochek. 2005, Sonny Swoboda. 2008, Ken Janik Jr. Rich Janik Jr. and Bob Zagozda. 2011, Mike Helgeson. and Frank Sidney. 2012, Marla Hanson Janet. 2014, Ron and Darlene Clement. 2015, Louis Siebeck. Steven Sabota. And Jeffrey Janda. 2017, Lou Huspaka. And Kevin B. Koopman. 2018, Charlie Bittermeckel. And Steve Stager. Thank you guys and gals for your dedication in voting and also supporting the Hall of Fame here each and every year. Nice attendance. Thank you. Our first inductee tonight, the late Gilbert H. Krajnik, was born on May 27, 1920 in rural western Saline County, Nebraska. His parents were Frank and Emily Ann Biker Krajnik. Gil was married to the late Charlotte Beal Krajnik. He is survived by children, daughters Linda Kashtanek, Cindy Jonas, Gil Jr., and Greg. They are here on the stage with us. Gil graduated grade school and high school at Swanton Public Schools, graduating in 1938. At age 8, Gil played drums, and later he started on saxophone. He was a member of the Swanton High School Band under the direction of director Oscar Clark. Somewhere in the late 1930s, Gil played his first dance with the Stardust Orchestra. He later began playing for the Rudy J. Orchestra under the direction of the late Rudy Yurkovsky. His own bands or groups started with the Royal Checks, then Gil's Combo, and the Gil Krajnik Orchestra, which produced 2 recordings. One of the recordings still gets some regular airplay on the All-Star Polka Show on Sundays. The tune, the Piggy Piggy Polka, with Hall of Famer Elmer Nimitz on the vocal. Gil was inducted into the Milligan Musicians Hall of Fame in 2004 and received the Knights of Blanik Award check days in Wilbur on August of 2008. Gil passed away on October 29th of 2008. With that, Sonny, would you induct Gil Krajnik into the Sokoloma Polka Hall of Fame?
Who's going to accept? On behalf of all the members of the Sokoloma Polka Hall of Fame, I want to congratulate you on your father's contribution to the polka industry. I didn't know him personally, but I understand he was quite a musician, and a lot of people really enjoyed his music, so congratulations.
Welcome everyone. It's an honor to be here to have our dad, Gil Krajnik, inducted into the Omaha Sokol Polka Hall of Fame. Dad was born into a musical family. His dad played drums in a small band, and his mom was a great pianist. She played for silent movies in Chicago before moving to Swanton and meeting Grandpa. Grandpa started Dad out on drums at an early age, but by 9 years old, Dad was playing saxophone in the Swanton Community Band. At age 15, he was playing in dance bands that traveled. They played on weekends and a lot during the summer. They would travel to Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. Dad especially remembered the job in Texas for the Texas Centennial in 1936. He said it seemed like it was the World's Fair. He played with Schmidt's City Club, the Harmony Knights, and the Harmony Boys for $2 a gig. He continued playing with the community band through high school and after graduation until he joined the Navy in January of 1942. Most of the younger members in the community band also went off to war. Dad served as a fire controlman on the destroyers Wichita and Bristol. In 1944, he was in electrical and hydraulics training in Washington, D.C., and it was there he met Mom at the roller skating rink. 5 weeks later, they were married, just before Dad got shipped out. Mom was doing Navy intelligence work and stayed in D.C. while Dad was gone. When they were discharged, they worked in civil service in Rockford, Illinois, helping discharge Army soldiers as they were returning home from the war. Eventually, they moved to Swanton, where Dad was self-employed for several years, helping to get the rural areas of Swanton hooked up to electricity. 2 girls and 2 boys eventually joined them, and their family was complete. Dad then went to work at Peterson Manufacturing in DeWitt, where the famous vice grips were made. He worked there until he retired in 1985. Dad joined the Stardust Orchestra in the late 40s. That band consisted of Vic Marischka, Lloyd Tahowski, Bob Tiki, Ed Sisner, Ed Berta, Norm Blaha, Norman Tiki, and Dad. After this group disbanded, Dad and Norm Blaha joined the Rudy J. Orchestra out of Milligan. This band included Jim Cap Nohava, I'm not sure I'm saying all these names right, but anyway, Jim Nohava, Gary Kribble, Ken Mosier, Norm Blaha, Johnny Chapek, Dad, Rudy Yurkovsky, and June Dunder. Dad started his own band, the Royal Czechs, in the mid-60s. These band members were Ernie Victim, Don Tischer, Norm Blaha, and Dad. Eddie Tischer joined the band, and Don Tischer left to teach Vogue Ag at Lee, Nebraska. Elmer Nemetz was recruited to play bass, and Lloyd Tahowski joined the band. Others playing included George Hinek, Howard Yankee, Terry Hinek, Kevin Koopman. After the band got more members, the name of Dad's band was changed to the Gil Krajnik Orchestra. Dad and Norm Blaha played in bands together starting in the late 20s up until the mid-2000s. Dad and Norm played many volunteer hours at area nursing homes. In January of 2004, Dad was inducted into the Musicians Hall of Fame in Milligan. In 2006, Mom passed away from bladder cancer, and Mom and Dad had been married 61 years. Dad and Elmer Nemetz wrote and composed a lot of the band's music. Elmer contributed lyrics to many of the songs they wrote. In August of 2008, Dad was honored at Czech Days with the Knights of Libuše Award for his many years of continuing to keep the Czech heritage and music alive. In September of 2008, Dad and I went on the World War II Veterans Honor Flight. While there, he suffered a stroke, and after returning home, spent about 6 weeks in the nursing home in Wilbur, where he passed away on October 29, 2008. Special thanks goes out to the Sokol Omaha for putting on this Hall of Fame ceremony. Thank you to all the past inductees for voting for Dad and for this honor. And thank you to our family for being here to help us celebrate Dad. And a special thank you to all of our friends that showed up tonight, surprised most of us, and all the people that followed Dad's band for so many years. Thank you.
The late Frank J. Kostka was born on December 21st, 1952 in Omaha, Nebraska. His parents were Frank and Marie Kostka. He is survived by daughter Alicia Kostka Delaney and son Nathan Kostka. Frank attended grade school at Castellar, middle school at Bancroft and Omaha South High School, where he graduated in 1971. He then went to trade school through 1973 and started Kostka Plumbing. At a young age, Frank got his first instrument, a trumpet, and began taking lessons at Swoboda's Music Center. When he entered high school, he joined the Packer Band, and in 1968, played trumpet for all 4 years through 1971. At age 15, Frank played his first professional jazz with the Kostka Brothers Band, which included his father, Frank Sr., and 3 of his uncles. He also played for several local polka bands over the years: Frankie Remar and the Polka Knights, Frank Kostka and the Boys, Jim Bachnicek, the Jolly Yanks, and the Omaha Czech Brass Band. Frank was a sponsor of local radio shows that aired Sundays from KOTD Radio in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. The shows were the South Old Polka Show and later the South Old Czech Polka Show. These ads always said, "The plumbing man in the plumbing biz, Kostka Plumbing." Frank passed away on September 4th, 2018. With that, Sonny, would you induct Frank Kostka Jr. into the Sokol Omaha Polka Hall of Fame?
Alicia, here's a recognition to your dad, Frank Kostka, for all the contributions he made to the polka industry. I personally knew him. I played on the band with your grandfather and with him. It was a good group, and we appreciate everything he's done for us in polka music. Congratulations.
So as was mentioned, I'm Frank's daughter Alicia, and this is my brother Nate. First, on behalf of our dad, we're honored to accept this award. We know he loved polka music and the polka community. We heard many stories filled with shenanigans and fun from the time that he was on the road with his bandmates, also our late grandfather, Frank Sr. He also loved playing polka music and also listening to it, especially the Sunday shows that he advertised on. The years he played were a great time in Dad's life, and he spoke of them fondly. As time goes on and continues to go on, I like to picture that there's a big polka dance going on, and those polka lovers that we have lost are all up there together enjoying the music, dancing together. We would like to thank Sokol for putting on this Hall of Fame ceremony, for the past inductees for voting for Dad, and on behalf of Dad and my brother and I, we'd like to thank our mom, as well as our other family and friends that are here supporting us today. As I mentioned a moment ago, the big polka dance in the sky, you know, it's a dry event, because in heaven there is no beer. So since we have to drink it here, can you all raise your glass and toast to Frank, all the inductees, and all those that we have lost, the past, present, and future polka lovers. Cheers. Thank you.
Michael A. Brecka was born on December 9, 1959 in Schuyler, Nebraska. His parents, the late Louis V. and Ann Brecka. Mike attended grade school in Linwood, Nebraska, and high school at Schuyler Public Schools in Schuyler, Nebraska, where he graduated in 1978. He then attended Platt College in Columbus and got his degree in 1982. He then attended classes in Indiana to begin working for the USDA and spent 22 years working at the Saunders County ASCS office in Wahoo, Nebraska. Mike got his first instrument at age 13, a trumpet, and then when he entered high school, he joined the Schuyler Band. He received a Letterman's Club Award in music all 4 years, and in 1978, he received the United States Marine Class B Award for outstanding performance and accomplishments in music. In 1975, a polka band was formed with young high school members and was called the Mike Brecka Orchestra. This was the start of Mike's professional career. In 1980, he was asked to be a member of Ernie Kutchera's band, which led to a lot of dances around the Midwest and 2 tours to Europe in 1982 and 1992. In 1995, Ernie decided to retire from the music business, and one of the members of the band was going to keep the band together and play the dates that were booked. But in a short time, the gentleman that decided he was going to do it decided that he wasn't going to be remaining he wanted to remain as a sideman. It was then that Mike took the leader position, and it was soon the Ernie Kutcher Orchestra under the direction of Mike Brecka. As he started getting more requests to play ballroom dances, the Pat Mitchell Band was started and accommodate those requests. Mike disbanded both bands in 2004. Mike played with several other bands: Al Revnick, Matt Slutky, Jim Botnicek, Kenny Shuda, Frank Pazuka, Mark Villadol, Leo Line, accordionettes, Joe's Blue River Band, Dean Hansen, Mustache Joe, Eddie Molina and the accordionettes, and Eddie Molina and the American Czech Brass Band, all polka bands. The list of ballroom or big bands: Lou Arnold, Dwayne Muller, Leo Lonnie, and Jimmy B. Mike, with the Pat Mitchell Orchestra, was awarded the Florence Keller Award for Best Entry using music in Seward, Nebraska Parade, July 4th of 2000. He also played all of the sax and trumpet chairs for Ernie Kutcher. To top it off, being asked to set in with the Grammy Award winner Jimmy Sturr in Mitchell, South Dakota. We had something that has happened this week, and Mike is in the hospital in Lincoln in intensive care. So to accept the award tonight is his good friend Steve Hennish. And so Sonny, on behalf of Sokol Omaha Polka Hall of Fame, would you induct Mike Brecka into the Hall of Fame?
Unfortunately, Mike can't be with us today, but our prayers are with him. I can see Mike on the bandstand with that cornet, standing and singing those great tunes, and Stanislav. It was a fantastic performance. Those guys were the best. So congratulations to Mike on his contributions to the polka industry.
Thank you, Cindy. Mike wanted to let me tell everybody he wanted me to accept this award for him on his behalf. He wished he could have been here. Thank you all in person. Due to health reasons, of course, he's been able to attend. Mike would like to thank Sokol Omaha for sponsoring this event and the past inductees for this honor for him. Special thank you for all the new inductees and those attending this afternoon. Thank you.
As I told them earlier in our little meeting for the past inductees and the new inductees, that I don't know who's looking down on me or what, but for me to induct this next gentleman into the Hall of Fame is truly an honor, because this is the first band, polka band, that I ever played on and was a member of. And it's an honor to be able to do this. Frank J. Remar was born on October 31st, 1946, Omaha, Nebraska. His parents were the late Frank and Betty Remar. Frank lives in Omaha and has 2 daughters. Jennifer Remar Pfeiffer, and Andrea, and also his grandson, Gary Story. Stand up, would you? At age 7, Frank got his first instrument, an accordion. He then began taking lessons at Johnny Swoboda's Music Center. He received several awards at different music competitions. He received playing his accordion in the 5 years he was at Swoboda's. After entering high school at Bishop Ryan, he was a member of the school band as a drummer. All 4 years. In 1962, a polka band was formed with the members all from Bishop Ryan High School. The name was Frankie Remar and the Polka Knights. This teenage polka band began playing for dances, weddings, and other events. In 1968, the first of 3 recordings was recorded, and the popularity of the band grew. In October 1972, Frank had an accident with a horse when a horse fell on him, and he endured 22 months of surgeries and rehab. There was a benefit dance at the Sokol Livestock Exchange, at the Livestock Exchange Ballroom, with several polka bands donating their time. The band was able to continue playing thanks to Frank Kostka Jr. playing all the jobs for almost 2 years. After his health permitted, Frank was back on the stage leading the Polka Knights again until 1982. With that, Sonny, would you induct Frankie Remar into the Sokol Hall of Fame?
Folks, if you didn't get the chance to hear this band, this band was the real deal back in those younger days. He had some top-notch musicians, many of them have passed away, but I can recall this band performing in many functions throughout Omaha and surrounding metro areas. So Frank, for all the contributions you and your members of your band did for polka music, please accept this for all of those things you did for the Sokol Omaha Polka Hall of Fame.
Thanks, guys. I want to thank Sokol's here. I didn't see this really coming. I did out of the clear blue. I get a call from Sonny a couple months back, and I'm, wow, after all this time. So I want to thank Sokol's for throwing the party, and all you folks for coming here and help celebrate. The past member, or well, not really the past members, the still members that have voted everybody in. And then, of course, I got to thank my family for showing up and supporting, and love you guys. Anyway, this kind of a deal for me where I think I wouldn't really be up here if it wasn't for the guys in the band. After we had to quit, I had to quit for health reasons, but all the guys are still playing, so, and I'm glad they did, because there was a lot of talent to be spread around there. And I don't know what the rules are. Since this is in my possession, I guess I can make up my own rules. I just assume put all the guys that were in the band, put their names on this plaque, because I wouldn't be here without them. They contributed so much, and without them, I wouldn't be here. You know, I started with the polka music. I can remember when I was a little bitty punk, Sunday afternoons was like Thanksgiving, every Sunday. Mom always made this big old check dinner, and no matter what, the polka music was playing on the radio. And that's my first introduction. I can remember all those songs. I can't remember the names of the songs or the radio station or nothing, because I was, 4 or 5 years old. But then, also it was a different time. There was a lot of family functions back then. And there was one guy that always showed up at all of our family functions, and it was, whether an anniversary or a birthday or 4th of July, whatever, and this guy played an accordion. And he'd be the center of attention. They'd set him up a chair on the sidewalk, and everybody'd be dancing. They'd be dancing outside in the grass. And he'd get done, and they'd pat him on the back, and he'd play another song. And I was probably only 5 or 6 years old at that time, and I was really impressed. Man, this guy's really making people happy. So one day I had to mention it to my mother. I really like playing accordion. So a couple years went by, and she says, finally said, "You want to take accordion lessons?" Sure. So she signed me up at Johnny Sabota's to learn how to play the accordion, but it didn't go well. I found out after I said yeah and got started, you had to practice. 1 hour every day, and it wasn't happening. My mom get me up in the morning, feed me some breakfast, and she'd be on her way to work, and she'd say, "You practice an hour, and then stay away from that river." "Okay, Ma." So she'd go around the corner, I'd hurry up, put my accordion out, set up the stand, put the music up there and pretend like I practiced. Jumped on my bike and was all over to Wally Swacina's house, and we went down to the river. It was a little rough, but anyway, the guy that played the accordion that kind of was my idol, seriously, to this day, I really don't know what his real name was. But he had a nickname that he went by. And I guess at the time, it was kind of relevant. His nickname was Cucka. A lot of you older folks, I'm sure, know what that means. And so that's the guy that got me started. I wish I knew his name and if he still even had any relatives, but that got me started. So I want to thank everybody that showed up here, all the past members of the band. I think there's 5 of the guys now that are deceased, but Paul Malashek is still here.
Hey, cool.
Bobby Zabilla's back here playing.
Dave Kulisek? Dave Kulisek?
Yep, and Dave Kulisek's still on the trumpet. And there's a bunch of guys that sat in from time to time. I want to thank all you guys for keeping it going, and thank you all very much. And have a good time tonight. Thank you.
Well, has everybody had a good time this evening? I want to thank you all for coming and supporting polka music. We couldn't do this without you folks. You're the, how do they say, you're the clay that makes it, that we can't build on anything unless we have the clay. So appreciate all the efforts you do. I want to thank Jim Botnichek, my cohorter, for all of his efforts to help make this event possible. Give him a big hand, folks. I also want to thank the kitchen crew. I don't know if you folks know it or not, but these ladies are from the Starlight Ballroom, and I talked to Darlene, and I said, you know, we'd like to have somebody come down the hall and prepare some good food for us. And by golly, they agreed to it last year, and we got them this year, and I'm hopeful that I can get you folks again for next year. Okay. Thank you for coming. I want to congratulate all the current and past inductees, and then I'd like to have all you folks put this date back on your calendar, Sunday, September 13th, for the 2020 Folk Hall of Fame event, which will feature Mr. Bobby Segoza and Polka Joy. Bob, stand up, please. Stand up. This gentleman will be our band for next year. And then I want to thank all of you again for coming and supporting this love of polka music and our musicians. And also want to thank Mr. Lou Huspaka again for the Little Tavern Band. Good music, great fun. We'll close it out and stick around and have some more music and enjoy the rest of the evening, folks. Thank you again for coming. Thank you.